what they say, that little things matter. It's really the little things around us that really matter. Things as little as what you see, what you smell every single day in your environment. And in this video, I'm going to be showing you exactly how. Hi, C.H.I.N.E.Z.E.R.E.M here. Any place that you're most likely to use, like 80% of the day, the place you're most likely to be in is the place you should pay attention to, either your workplace or your house. These environmental factors can either be physical factors or the people you keep around you. Because, for example, your workplace or your home, how your workplace is can really affect so many things in your life. For example, it can affect your motivation to work. If in your room you have like a very disorganized bookshelf, like most of your books are just not placed in the right manner, you just keep them anyhow, you would not have this zeal to read. Each time you want to pick up a book, you are most likely to be discouraged compared to when you arrange or organize your workspace or your bookshelf. You'll be more likely to read the book. When you look up and see how organized it is, you're most likely to pick something from there because it's more convenient. But if it's very disorganized and scattered, you're less likely to pick anything from there because you're just like, before I start looking for this thing, before I find it now, it'll take a long time. Also, if you stay in an environment that is mostly dark and cold, you are less likely to feel motivated to walk. Like in the night when everywhere is dark, you are less likely to stand up from your bed and get off it. But during the day when everything is bright and shining, you're more likely to do your work. By the way, if you are new to this channel, if you're seeing this face for the first time, please don't forget to click the subscribe button and also turn on the bell notification so that you get to see my videos every single week. If you are in a very small room with so many people, you will feel very restricted and you feel like you do not have privacy. But if you're in a well-spaced room, you won't feel that restricted. You can easily do things you want to do and you would have more of your privacy. In the hospital, if in a ward room there's a patient's bed and there's a very comfortable couch there, the likelihood of families and friends visiting the patients will increase. But if there is no couch or chair, if it's only just the patient's bed, the likelihood of somebody coming over to see you or to sleep in the hospital bed with you will decrease because the environment is not welcoming for such stuff. Or if you're in a place with so much grasses, just like this place I mostly film, this Abuja building, if you live in a place with so much grasses, almost like a bushy area, you are most likely to feel unsafe compared to when you live to a place that the grasses are well trimmed and really flat, like the carpet standard. You will feel safer to stay at that place. Now, sometimes we can't really change our environments. You can't easily just move from a bad environment to a better one because we all don't have that money. We don't have that kind of power. The best thing you can do to yourself is try to look for something positive in your environment, like your perception of your environment to affect the effects the environment will have on you. The hostel condition is not really conducive, it's not convenient. So the one thing now that is positive for me to keep on seeing the good side of the hostel or seeing the good side of my environment is the fact that it is close to my faculty building. But there are little ways that you can change your environment and be in control of environment. For example, you can declutter. Now, decluttering is like you remove all the unnecessary items. Like in your wardrobe, is as little as organizing your wardrobe. You know where the footwears will go to, you know where the clothes will go to, you know where everything. You just keep them in such a way that if you want to get something from your wardrobe or your locker, you will not feel like, if I can search for this thing, won't I get tired? And you feel less motivated. But when it's organized and you know where everything is, if you want to get anything from your locker or your wardrobe or your workspace, it's easier for you because you organize it. If you want to get any book to read, it's easier, like it's less strenuous for you to go and pick it up. If there's always a bowl of orange on your table or your dining table or your kitchen, the likelihood of you eating orange every day increases. But when that orange is not there, you hardly ever think of getting yourself orange. If I keep my brushing cup and my toothbrush very close to my bed, if I wake up in the morning, I can easily just go to brush. But if I put my toothbrush inside my locker, like if I put it inside my locker and pack it with my bags and everything, when I wake up in the morning, I will not feel that need to brush as much as I would feel the need to brush when it's very close to me. Because by the time I imagine having to search for it, I will feel more lazy. Also, studies have shown that when people enjoy the process, they tend to do it more. Things around you, if you make it easier for you, you will have more fun doing it. You might want to have colors that can signify something to you, or maybe painting or a very important picture to you placed in your room, because it will help elevate your mood when needed. Like having these bright colors, something meaningful, or having this fine painting that you really love, something that you really value, anything that you can have in your room to, beautify your room. It can boost your mood from time to time. I don't know, like there's this thing about being close to nature, beautiful part of nature. There's this thing about it. If your house or your workplace is close to this very beautiful river with trees, beautiful trees, you have clearer thoughts, or you'll be more comfortable than if you are in an environment with so much buildings, like more structures over and over again, like there is no space. It's almost like you don't even have space to think. You might feel like you don't really know if you should change your environment, or if your environment is affecting you. If you do any of these things, if you try to declutter, if it makes you sleep better or think clearly, or it helps you feel more satisfied or comfortable or feel safer, if it just helps you to feel a little bit more than usual, then you have an evidence that you really needed that change and your decision is perfect. The effect of people and relationships. When you experience being praised or encouraged or supported by your family, your friends, your teacher, you're more likely to have a positive mindset. Like you're more likely to think positively, like, oh yeah, it can work out great for me. But if you experience discouragement, no support, people always talking down on you, you are less likely to talk about your new ideas to people or think of a new idea because you feel less of yourself. So the type of people you keep around you will definitely affect your well-being. It will affect your mental health. It will affect how you think. If your friendship is always toxic, you might want to know that this can affect your behavior towards other people. If you are constantly with somebody that abuses drugs, the likelihood of you abusing drugs increases. If you are in the company of somebody that loves to dance every single time, the likelihood of you dancing increases. So you have to try to be mindful of the people that surround you. You have to try to keep your space in such a way that you always be motivated to work. When you stay in an organized environment or a very tidy and neat environment, your mood will be elevated and you would always have this motivation to work. You would not feel lazy up and down. You will push to get out of bed. A tidy space evokes this sense of calm, sense of happiness. Having meaningful objects in your environment, anything that has value in your life, if you have it in your environment, it can also boost your mood and make you feel comfortable. Cluttered spaces bring this feeling of anxiety and overwhelm. To help with this, you have to try to remove unnecessary things from your place, prevent overcrowding, let go of things you don't need. Books you don't need, you let go of it, you give it to somebody or something, just let go of it. Try to keep your space, try to keep things that are necessary together, keep things that are your wants together. Anything outside that, you let go of it. Anything that you don't need or you don't want, you just let go of it. You declutter, you tidy. This video is not telling you that you need to change your environment or something, because sometimes we don't have control over our environment. We can't change the fact that we are there. We can't even afford it. It's just letting you know that your environment actually affects your well-being. It affects your thoughts. Being aware of these facts can help you control it or find ways that can help you, progress, so that you can pay attention to the very little things. If you're someone that is mostly lazy, you might want to check out your environment and tidy up, disorganize. If it's disorganized, you just try to keep your things together so that you can always know where one thing is and where the other is. You can check out my other videos. They will come up right here. Please check it out. I have amazing content. that would be it. Thank you.